Hello YouTube, this is Chris with TaskForce 247, sponsored by Fox Airsoft, located in Parker, Colorado, coming to you again with another review of a great gun. So, recently, some of you guys who know me know that I've been drooling over my new AK that I've been expecting for a while. And it finally got here a little while ago, and I couldn't be more pleased. This is by far the best gun I have ever owned or found or used. It is superb quality on every level. This gun will even match the quality, if not beat the quality of real sword. And that is saying a lot. I mean, they sell a $850 SVD, and it sells out every time it's in stock. And that says a lot about a company, and these guys are one-upping them at their own game, and I find that incredible. So, today, what I'm going to be showing you is my brand new LCT AK-74MN. This gun is beautiful. Everything about it just brings out the inner Red Alliance lover in me, and I just can't get enough of this gun. I just sit there and stare at it from time to time. Got a little fanboy moment going there, but excuse me. This gun is very misconceived in the Airsoft community. From what I've heard, every time I looked up a review on this gun before I purchased it, they were saying, oh yeah, the externals are fantastic, but the internals are terrible. That's how it always works with Airsoft guns, with great externals. They focus all the time on externals and nothing on internals or vice versa. This gun, every review you're going to read on this that gives anything negative is a lie. I'm not saying it's an outright lie that people are just like mad that the gun is great and they just lie about it. I'm saying it's just people who don't own the gun reviewing it. And I don't understand why anybody even tries to do that. It's like trying to get political advice from Sarah Palin. It's not going to work. So what this gun is it is the closest representation to a real steel AK-74 you are ever going to find. Everything on this gun is made of solid steel. And this gun weighs about 14.5 pounds, which is the almost identical weight to a loaded AK-74. I have weighed them side by side, the real steel and the LCT. The gearbox weight actually compensates out to the weight of a loaded magazine. So the real steel AK weighs 14.3 pounds. This one weighs 14.5 pounds. They are almost identical in every single way, and it's the most fantastic thing I could ever have wished for. Because I've been running a polymer body on my original AK-74 that I've upgraded to hell, and this is just so much nicer than my plastic one. I mean, I am having so much fun with this thing. Everything about it is just, it's the most solid gun I've ever picked up, and I love it. Thank you, Matt, for referring this gun to me. Where to start with this? Let's start with just some of the little details that LCT put into it. One thing that I really liked on the selector switch, if you're not familiar, they are in Russian most of the time on the AKs. If you can see it right there, what looks to be an English AB and an OA. Most of the time on AKs they get this wrong. They do they do both of the A's as the uppercase, which is wrong. The AB is supposed to have an uppercase A, and the OA is supposed to have a lowercase a for automatic as the AB and semi-automatic as the OA. And Real Sword actually even just said, you know what, why not? Let's make another stamp and get it right. I like that a lot. All of the body pins on this gun are exactly where they would be on the real steel. Exactly. I measured them out and everything. I was that OCD with this. The charging handle even sounds fantastic. It sounds like you're actually chambering it around there, which I really enjoy. The actual iron sights, I set up a target at the respected meters, the 200, 300, and 400 meters, doped in the sights a little bit, And if you have handled a real AK, you know how you can range find with this, and it works perfectly. So even the sights are 100% dead on. Where else to go with this? So yeah, as I said, the entire thing is made of steel. You know, magnet just hooks right onto there. Some of you are saying, oh yeah, it doesn't have to be steel for a magnet to hook onto it. But the only airsoft guns you're going to find that actually have a magnet that stick to them, that are metal, are going to be made of a solid type of metal and not pot metal like this. Only solid steel guns or a really high quality metal is going to stick to them. So this is the version with the folding stock. And just like the real steel, instead of just pushing it down, you have to pull towards the bottom, and then it locks in, which is fantastic. I do have a plan for this gun. I'm going to replace this with wood, a really dark wood, and this with a triangle folder stock, and get a Afghani war style AK, because that is going to look fantastic. And by Afghani war, I'm meaning the 1970s when Russia invaded Afghanistan. And that is how this gun is going to look, the Russian AK. So next up is, well, I'm going to throw the battery in so you can hear this thing cycle. It is a fantastic cycle rate, and this is using a Tamiya connector, and if you use a Dean's connector or a LiPo battery, it's going to have a lot snappier of a trigger response. So this gun has a very clean cycle. Just got to decompress the spring, and it is a fantastic gun on every note. I love this thing more than I would love a child. That's a little harsh, but trust me, you will too when you get one of these. This is the cheapest LCT available at $370. Don't be, thrown off by the price. It's worth the money, and I'm going to show you why. Some of you who follow our Facebook page, I leaked these photos this morning. This is 50 feet. Measured out accurately, and this is with 5-mile-an-hour winds today. Moving on, and this is with .25s, by the way. Moving on, this is 125 feet with 5-mile-an-hour winds. And these were all measured accurately. And here's where you see the wind really start to pick up, but I didn't miss a single one. Every single one hit the paper, at least. This is 225 feet. So once you get up to that feet, you're still going to be able to make a body shot from a football field distance. And that's very impressive for a gun that is stock right out of the box. If you put an R-hop in this, and if, the thing wasn't already shooting 430, which needs to be dulled down, I'd put a 6.01 in here. And this thing would be popping off headshots at a football field. So, this is a gun that you really need to consider buying. It is extremely challenging to take apart when you first get it because of how solid the build is on it. But it does take down just like a real AK. You just got to flip the pins and the entire thing will just come right off. The entire gun just starts breaking down with a couple body pins. And that's the way it should be. No more screws underneath the receiver, none of that. It's just a great solid gun. I will put that back later so I don't run out of time while messing with this. But, yeah, if you need a good AK and you're looking for a serious gun, get an LCT. They have dozens and dozens of AK variants. They're even coming out with the AS Val, for any of you who know what that is. I'm extremely excited about that. The price tag is probably going to be really high. But I am buying it because that gun I've been waiting for a long time. I just need KWA to make the Makarov, and then I'll be happy. But, I'm just saying, these guns are unsurpassed, and everyone making reviews about them online saying they're terrible guns obviously has not used one. They are making those reviews off of what they just assume from the company. So if you want, like I said, 1,000 times the best AK on the market, get an LCT. Simple as that. It's worth it. Once again, this is Chris with TaskForce 247 Airsoft, sponsored by Fox Airsoft, signing off.